Hey, everybody. Y'all come on in, come on in. Y'all see I got my prison outfit on today. Of course. Got on the same outfit. Well, kind of got on the same outfit. Y'all come on in. It's prison, jail, felon talk this whole week on the couch. I know today is not a usual, Today's not a usual day that I go live on the couch. Trust me, my wife was like, babe, I'm ready for you to come for my break. I was like, baby, I'm couching tonight. And the reason why I'm couching tonight is because I didn't get to couch Monday because it was a holiday. So I was like, I'm going to make it up and I'm just going to couch Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I guess I forgot to tell my wife, which I really thought I did. But I'm going to go see her after the podcast. So hopefully she still gets to get a break because she skipped her break thinking that we was going to have a long break. I was like, I'll pause the couch. She was like, no, you're not doing that. I was like, oh, okay. But y'all come on in. It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram and my main YouTube Instagram, my .com, which is THARealJANELL, and also THACouch.com. You can go to my couch.com page and see what the couch has to offer and what it can offer you. All you got to do is check it out. Go to the page. Y'all, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get it started.
It's time for the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. Trust me, it ain't no fucking limits. I said none.
And I mean none. Wherever you watching, yes, I do like singing. This is actually one of my songs right here. And wherever you watching, make sure that you share the live. Let me share it too. Hey, I did big time, giving up the mirrors. They tell me straight off the front line, I'm not lying. I'm watching my mama cry up in that courtroom. The judge just dismissed me like I was dumb too. And the bailiff looked at me like, what you gon' do? My mind is fucked up, so all I'm thinking is I'm gon' shoot. In reality, said it like it was supposed to. Cat calls down the hall, that's what them folks do. Brown bag, bologna sandwich in them jumpsuits. My cellmate just did 100 years on some dumb shit. Damn, is this the end of the days? Cause living in a cell is just like being in a grave. Ain't no money on your books, then you ain't eating shit. You better pray that you can mail a penitentiary gift. For them lonely days, a visitation list from your family and your friends, that's a major lift. And your spirit, all the drama on the yard, you wanna forget it. Yeah. Behind these walls is different, and you wouldn't understand if you didn't live it. Ay, I did big time, ay, and they took me off the front line. I'm still scarred from doing my time. Everybody said I should let go. I'm trying, but it did something to my mental. And I have to pay, you know, I stand 10 toes. You know, now you know, I hold my own, that ain't wrong. And I know I gotta think different, cause if I don't, then I guess I'll be the same nigga. Wait, I'm trying to let it go. I'm trying to be a better person so I don't have to get physical. I gotta get my mind right for the limelight. I don't care who judging if they don't know doing time like. Trying to be an example to my fans and all my peoples and my nieces and my nephew. Big slime, I did big time. Sitting in the cold cell in the daytime. Your time be fine, but it's not like the world, no. Big slime, I did big time, giving up them years. They tell me straight off the front line, I'm not lying. Been watching my mama cry up in that courtroom. Then the judges dismissed me like I was dumb too. Then the bailiff looked at me like, what you gon' do? My mind is fucked up, so all I'm thinking is I'm gon' shoot. Damn, is this the end of the days? Cause living in the cell is just like being in the grave. Y'all, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. Yo, I got Mama Tank on the couch. First of all, tell everybody, let me turn you up. Let me just make sure you turn. Okay. Say something.
Hi.
Perfect. Okay. Can you tell everybody who's never seen you before, who you are, where you're from, where we met, and where you're located now?
I'm originally from Texas, and I got trapped in Oklahoma due to DOC. And I'm also on that screen back there.
Right. I'm about to pull your face up over here, too.
I met Janelle in the penitentiary, and raw and uncut.
Facts.
Tears and no tears. Numb and feeling everything.
Facts.
And as many of the other women, I took her under my wing once I tried to get myself together to where I was strong enough to do so.
Right.
And a lot of the ladies in there don't realize that they did a lot for me as far as a woman and a mother.
Right.
Because DOC, they said you can either become a product of your environment or you can change and become better and use that as a lesson learned and fight back.
Right.
Because the day we got sentenced, that was our punishment.
Mm-hmm.
The DOC continued to abuse us constantly.
Right.
Constantly. And look at my angel now. Look at you.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Now,
I had to do something different.
And it looks amazing. It looks amazing. I do want to ask this for the ones that don't know how much time you did. Can you share how much time you did?
I did 3 stints in prison with a total of 14 years. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 14 years of my life. I did all my 30s and half of my 40s in Department of Corrections in the state of Oklahoma.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
and it was a process.
How old were you when you first got locked up?
Ooh. I've been awarded the state since I was 13 because I was in foster care. Mm-hmm. But I was 32 years old. Mm-hmm. 32. And I've been out since October 16th of 2022 this time. And I am not on paper no more. Wow. I am free and clear. No looking over my shoulder, but Don't ask me to drive a car with no license. I still won't do it. Right. But I'm in Chicago, Illinois now. Mm-hmm. And I needed a change of scenery and a change for me. Right. Yeah. The healthcare up here is amazing. Oh, amazing. Wow. And so my health is in God's hands completely. Mm-hmm. But DOC, look out because we coming for you. Yeah, exactly. And shout out to everybody that's tuned in everywhere. As a matter of fact, I was gonna put her back here, but I want you guys to see the ones that we've lost and the ones that are still in and the ones that sent in their glow ups. So if you do want to see what Mama Tank looks like, we're on Facebook Live, but I will post a reel. If you guys, want to go back and rewatch the Facebook, you're more than welcome. It's THA Couch. But everywhere else, you'll just hear the vocals. And you'll also see these beautiful pictures right behind me. Shout out to my wife. I see you. Yes. And thank you, Mama Tank, for being on the couch. Right. Now, when you first caught your case, your kids were young. Yeah, my kids were 14 and 15 years old. What did that do to your relationship or for your relationship? It was up and down. It was up and down. My kids rode with me through the whole thing, but
a lot of things that I protected them from while I was out, I couldn't protect them while I was in.
Right.
So when I finally came home, they were 23 and 25.
Mm.
And it was a lot of healing. We're still healing.
Yeah.
Because when I walked out of the penitentiary this time, my daughter looked at me and from a distance, watching me walk down the track to get in the car. And I hadn't seen her in 9 years at that time. And she cried. She said, "Wow, my mama's coming home finally."
Mm.
But she looked and she said she's sick. I can see that she's sick due to medical neglect. Because of the Department of Corrections denied me many biopsies for put in sick call after sick call, and because they said my enzymes were too high. So I said, being a medical care worker in the world, I was like, we'll do a biopsy so we can see where it's at, so we can treat it. I was denied. I even took it to the board. They denied me. Said I had too much time to do, and we have time that we can wait on it.
Wow.
Well, 10 and a half months before I discharged out, they finally caught it. Stage 4 liver failure.
Ooh.
And
they could have caught it way before then, because you were already saying, wow, I just got chills.
Yeah. In 2017, when I got out the second time, after doing the 10 years, day for day, that second time, when I got out, I died. I had 14 polyps explode in my throat, and I died. My son revived me. And now they're denying me, healthcare is denying me surgery for a transplant or for a hernia operation due to all of the damage that was done from the cirrhosis. And mind you, I didn't drink. It was either from past life of addiction or it was from a bad tattoo. I don't know which of the two.
Right.
But now I can't have surgery to fix me because I'll bleed to death on the table. I'm in the hospital usually once a month, once every 2 months, in and out of the ER. And I have a oxygen machine in my room now. DOC pretty much just really tried to take me off the map. But we have something coming for them. Whether I see the end of this, I know that my spirit is healed, even if my flesh isn't.
Right. Now, during the time that you were incarcerated and you were filling out these medical requests, how did it make you feel knowing that you couldn't get the help that you needed and you knew that you needed it?
It made me angry. It made me angry because I had no one to help me on the outside. My kids were young at the time, and then even when they became adults, they were going through their struggles of trying to live without their primary provider, which was me, and trying to make it. My son is battling now, but he's going to be all right. My daughter struggles, but she's very successful. But I know when it's said and done that it's going to be all right. But I know that Department of Corrections is going to want to settle before anything's done. But I know that my grandbabies are going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
But but when they diagnosed me and when the results came back of the biopsy, that they denied me. But thank God for a doctor at Lindsay Hospital. I went in for a bone marrow biopsy because my labs were abnormal. He ordered a liver biopsy. I said, well, Department of Corrections at Eddie Warriors at that time said they denied me. He says, I'm giving you one anyway. That man saved my life to help me live a little longer.
Yeah.
And I got my results, and I had 10 and a half months left this time. So when they said I had too much time to do, that we had plenty of time to find out what was going on, then here I was 8 years later getting ready to go home, and they said, we've set up arrangements for you to call at the chaplain's office, your family, to tell them what's going on with you. And you need to try and get help when you get out. Truth be told, the hepatology board denied me due to cost, and that I was morbidly obese. And at that time, I had lost all my weight, and then I swelled right back up again. But I wasn't nicknamed Tank for no reason.
I know.
I'm not quitting. Don't you cry. It's okay. It's okay. Because God's got us.
Yeah, he does.
You know, he's got us. And DOC is going to pay. DOC has the highest liver problem population in the country, in the nation. And I've read so many cases of where liver problems are the main problem in prison with medical. And it's because a lot of people that come in are addicts. So here they are coming in, whether they choose to still use or not use, right. Their livers are shot.
Yeah.
You know, so they know that they can't afford it. Which in reality they can, because if you can afford a body scanner for an inmate and new uniforms for the guards, why can't you afford the life of a person? Because we're a human. So my legacy is, you guys are. Look at you. I'm so proud of you. Shadow, Sam. There's so many of you ladies. And I give shout outs to all the women in there. I miss them. There's a lot of women that I miss and I pray for. Even the ones I didn't like and they didn't like me. But I made a lot of mistakes in prison. And they forgave me. But you know, it just made me who I am now, stronger. And able to watch the couch. And oh my gosh, you're blowing up the scene with the music. Y'all didn't tell me this technology stuff was going to be so weird and hard because I'm trying to find an apartment. You can't just go somewhere and walk in and say, "Can I see a room or an apartment?" No, man, you got to make an appointment.
Exactly.
Virtual what?
The shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I know I'm a crybaby, but me and Mama Tank, we got a really, really long history, you know, being locked up. And, you know, that was my second mama. We've been through a lot. So, you know, to hear how bad the system failed you to the point where you have no choice but to be okay with it. It irritates the fuck out of my soul because they did the same thing to me. And not only to me and not only to Mama Tank, but they did it to so many other ladies. And you know how many other ladies and men that passed away before they could ever get the help that they really needed.
That's right.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up that we have to literally deal with nobody believing in or listening to us for years before anybody ever.
There I am.
Years before anybody's ever like, you know what? You was right. You was right all that time. We actually could have caught this before it got this bad. Wow, yeah. I'm so sorry. And that's all they can say. And sometimes they don't even say that.
And on a 40-year sentence, they tried to hold me even after I completed all my steps for the court and for DOC. So that cut, in reality, it was the way they looked at it, cut the 40 to a 20. But I kept telling them, no, it's only a violent 10 on the second one. And so I told them for 6 years I stayed on the case manager to re-look at my stuff.
Yeah.
They said, it says it right here. I said, no, you're misreading what it says. My lawyer even told you. And when they found out that it was true, because we had a new case manager, and she looked further into it. 2 days later, she called me in our office. She said, we got to get you out of here. We got to sign you a pack now. You were supposed to have been gone.
Right. And that's fucked up how they do us. They make us sit and sit and sit. And then when they look up, they like, oh, wow, you was right. You was supposed to have been gone. Well, yeah, I've been fucking telling you. But for some odd reason, you didn't want to do your job.
That's right.
You didn't want to not be right. And so bad, so you made me wait. And now I'm a month over. Now you really owe me days. But it's nothing that I can do to get it back because I'm gone. What you gonna do for me? What? Nothing. It's nothing you can do for me. You already took my days, extra days that I was supposed to be gone. You took those.
That's right.
So you took more time from me that you weren't even supposed to have.
Yep.
And the only thing you can say to me is, oh, wow, we made a mistake. We're going to go ahead and kick you out early. This ain't early. This is late. This is late.
Yeah.
This is late. So, a lot of women and men all over are victims of that. And who knows the real reason why staff members don't want to do their job. Again, like I said, I believe it's because they don't want to not be right. They hate not being right. They hate whenever you say something and you're an inmate and you're right.
Yeah, they don't think that we had other professions before we came in prison.
Right.
I was in the medical field for 38 years before I got arrested. And got addicted to cocaine, and it ruined my life. But at the same time, DOC, not only did they save my life, they tried to kill me. They're still trying to kill me because I still fight this battle daily.
Right.
But I keep going.
Right. Exactly. Sherry said that's exactly what it is. Exactly. Because, you're literally in their face and you're humbly coming to them too. You don't come to them like, yo, officer or Mr. Ojo or Olana Joby. No, you're literally like, hey, I noticed that I'm still here and I was actually supposed to be gone. If you look right here and you telling them everything in a polite voice and they like looking at you like you are the scum of the fucking earth. All because of your crime or all because of you're just an inmate.
Yeah.
You're not in there for lying. You're in there for just catching a case.
That's right.
I mean, it is what it is. But
the judicial system's so messed up because my first incarceration, it was crazy because I had a misconduct. My misconduct was I accidentally broke the glass on a vending machine because I bumped it. You know how you bump them if something gets stuck in it?
Right.
Somebody cracked it the day before, and when I bumped it, it shattered all on me. They tried to charge me a misconduct. Well, they did. They charged me with intentional destruction of state property. When I went up for my review with the judge to see if I could go ahead and get out, he told me, he said, Miss Hill, it doesn't look like you can even stay out of trouble in DOC. And he said, you got a misconduct. I said, does it tell you what the misconduct is? He says, no, it doesn't matter. I said, no, but it does. And I told my attorney, I asked him if I could speak freely. And I said, sir, I told him what happened. And he said, but they didn't have an ops for what I did. So they gave me an ops showing guilt. They didn't have unintentional destruction. and just had me do extra duty hours.
Right.
That judge took his glasses off and said, Miss Hill, if I hadn't have bumped the vending machine a time or two in my life for my oatmeal cream pie, you'd be going back to prison. And he let me out that day.
Good. Because, baby,
that was the first time.
And you know what's really, really, really messed up is whenever you do go up for like parole or, you know, I never went because whenever they offered me parole, I said, I'm going to discharge this shit. And they looked at me like I was crazy. But the people that take parole or commutation or they're even going up, they literally have to be a certain way because you make one wrong move and they will use it against you. I don't give a fuck if you took an extra orange because you were hungry. They're going to be like, well, the staff member put it in your folder that you took an orange. So that means you still stealing. I guess it's time, you know, you got to stay in. It's like, God dang. I literally, they don't feed us enough. I'm hungry. I don't want this processed food. So, of course, I want some more fruit. So I took an extra orange. You know, nobody heard me. I thought they heard me, actually. You know, it's a few things that I really believe that changed a lot of women's life. And number one is the medical system in prison.
It's terrible.
And number two is not being listened to, whether it was from staff or from medical. You know, there was times where girls would get made fun of because of their coochie smell. Or you ain't out here riding dick, so how did you get an STD? That's not an STD. What it is, or what it could have been, is if you have fibroids and cysts, and a lot of those women have fibroids and cysts and don't even know it. I did and didn't even know it. But when you have fibroids and cysts, it can make you believe that your pussy is wet, and your pussy is not wet. That's the fibroids giving off a discharge, and it doesn't come with a smell. So that's why you don't think off rip that is something. But whenever you finally, and sometimes it can give off a smell. So those same ladies was getting made fun of when really they had fibroids and cysts. A few of them found it out and ended up getting it taken out in there. Because of the smell. They literally are the reason why things get to like a cancer or a sickness or stage 4, stage 6, stage 18, all because of you motherfuckers.
That's right.
We wouldn't even be in these stages if you would have listened to us at the first stage, because we knew at the first stage, because we know our bodies.
I was just going to say that. We know our bodies. We know when something ain't right.
We know exactly when something, we might not know exactly what it is, but we know it's something. And we literally like, you know what? Let me just fill out a medical request. You filled it out in January. It's December.
Yep.
Where the fuck? How the fuck? Why didn't they come see me? How come nobody even asked about me? I got to fill out another one. They're going to send it back like, don't fill out too many. Don't fill out too many. Can you answer the first one? I filled it out in January.
You can't put all your problems that you're having on one sick call. You have to do one separately each time. So they charge you each time you're seen by the nurse.
And I can't even remember how many times. How much do they charge you again? Like 25 cents or something?
Nah, they charged. No, it was like $2 to see the nurse. It was like $2, and if you're indigent, between the savings and then having to pay for medical, unless you're chronic care, and then everything that was going on with me, they said, well, you can buy that at Canteen.
Right.
What?
Exactly.
And then I said, that is chronic. It's because of what's wrong with me. And all my medical care should be covered. And I mean, and it says, one of the rules, it says in their policy and procedure, prisoners have the right to adequate medical care and to be fed and have.
That's what it says, but I've never experienced that when I was in there.
Me either.
So how do you tell us that we are to have adequate health care and they don't even give us adequate advice? I don't know if you guys ever heard the story at the time where I told them that my throat was hurting, something was going on. They turned on the flashlight, looked in, and they was like, you know, it's your tonsils. I was like, I don't even have tonsils. Like, what are y'all looking at?
Okay.
So it's like, where are y'all learning from? Where y'all getting this shit from? Because I don't know what y'all in there doing, but y'all are not helping. You're not helping. You've literally let many inmates die before you even fixed them or helped get them fixed or did anything to listen to them. They literally have to be on their deathbed, face planted into the ground, having a seizure before you guys even believe them. And even if I remember when I was having seizures, because it's not in my history, they said I was lying. Remember that?
That's right. Yep.
Try to tell me I was lying, but I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know until somebody was like, girl, get up. Like, I'm like, what? Okay, I'm getting up, but what the fuck just happened? Like,
right.
I'm just as scared. Well, nobody else was scared for me. I was the only one. So I was scared for my life inside of myself. And everybody laughing like it's a goddamn joke, staff included. So they'll make you suicidal. And the reason why I say that is because hearing that no one believes you or knowing that no one believes you and you literally feel yourself dying, it'll make you depressed.
Yes.
It'll make you
absolutely.
It'll make you sit in your cell and mind fuck yourself to the point of you cutting, or you isolate yourself from everyone, or you just you flip out and everybody's like, damn, what the fuck happened to them?
Yeah.
And they would have never expected it from you because you've always been this little angel.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening in the inside. I'm just holding it together because I don't want you guys trying to take advantage of me or trying to punk me, because I'm really hurting.
Yeah.
Once you let somebody know that you hurting in prison, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Medical always thinks that you're drug searching, you're dope searching.
Oh yeah. It's you either want to get some gabapentin, you want to get some Topamax, you want to get something, but you want to get high. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Bottom line is you want to get high. And guess what? You don't even have to be even thinking about getting high. That's what they automatically assume. That's their first train of thought. You can be like, oh, like my back, I'm having serious back issues, or my jaw. Oh, did your girlfriend beat you up and she punched you in your jaw and you just need to? It's like, wow, where do you get off saying these type of things?
Yeah.
You know, if they would have helped you when you needed the help or when you said it, you wouldn't be in stage 4 anything.
No. And then when they got the results back at Eddie Warriors in 2016, they held on to him. The doctor at Eddie Warriors hadn't even opened her file to read my results.
That's what they did about my lupus.
Yeah, I went in there and I was friends with one of the nurses. She was real cool with me. And she said, let me look and see, because you should have gotten those results by now. She said, there's a file here and it says it's from the hospital. She said, that's it. She said, she hasn't opened it yet. She goes, I'll tell you what, I'll put you on the schedule to be seen tomorrow. I'll put a sick call in, and that was legit. Come in. That very next day I found out was when I was sick. And they told me I needed to call my family. And I didn't even cry until I got back to the dorm, and I even held it together then. And then I walked outside by myself and I wasn't mad at God, but I was like, I looked at the sun and I said, my life wasn't supposed to be this way. I fought a good fight, a hard fight. And that was the real challenge. And he said, but I will be with you through it all. And he has. Because my kids can't come up here all the time. They're in Texas. My son's incarcerated. I have to have a procedure next week on my throat again. And we were just talking about the infusions. I got to have 5 iron infusions because my body doesn't break down. My liver won't break down the pills. So I shake all the time. I walk like I'm drunk, like I have vertigo. I feel like I'm still in my early 30s, but I feel like my body is like that of a 90-something-year-old woman now. But I still smile. Even when I hurt, because I hurt every day, I'm like you. But all I can do is just be like, yeah. I've been fighting this and beating it. I'm 7 years over the life expectancy, medical-wise. I ain't gonna quit.
You better not.
I'm not.
You better not.
I get too much joy out of watching you guys. My kids tell me all the time, Mommy, you're too old to be on social media.
No, you're not.
I said, I be following my kids. They said, Mama, me and Bubby don't be on there that much. I said, I ain't just talking about y'all.
Right.
Y'all know. Y'all got hundreds and hundreds of sisters in prison. My daughter says, I am the only girl and the only baby.
Facts. She ain't young. Well, I think she is younger than me.
She's 32.
Yep.
And my son is 33.
Yep.
I told her tonight that you invited me, and she said, get it, girl.
Damn.
I said, I don't have no makeup on. She said, Mama, you're beautiful anyway.
Yes, you are. You definitely are. You guys, if you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Beagle. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .com, which is THA, real JANELL. Also visit thecouch.com. Visit thecouch.com. THA couch.com. Y'all, I got Tank on the couch right now, Lori Hill, known as Mama Tank in prison. So anybody that did time with us, then you know exactly who she is. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies with their glow ups and all the ladies that have passed away. We just recently lost a couple ladies. And I do want to go ahead and give a moment of silence, and then I'm going to go ahead and jump into a song, and then we'll finish up. So if you guys can just give a moment right now for the ladies and gentlemen that have lost their lives. Thank you. I'm going to play a song and we're going to finish up. If y'all still fucking with me. Y'all still fucking with me? I love you, Mama Tank.
I love you.
And I know it's really hard to keep your head up, and you've been working every day to get your bread up. It's even lonely at the top, and now you're fed up. This shit is crazy, you go through what you can't make this shit up. No, this shit is crazy, you go through what you can't make this shit up. Oh. No, you can't make this shit. I ain't got no reason to be making up no story. I ain't even putting extras on it. I'm implicit somehow, it just be coming out different. So please excuse me if I tell you I need me some distance. I'm just trying to get my hair right, my energy. I done have people turn from my friends, cause I hit them. Ooh, that shit just don't sit right. But my luck's fucked up and I can't lie. Everything that I go through, everybody couldn't go through. Gotta keep my head up like I'm supposed to. Always tell the truth, I cross my heart and hope to die. This shit is crazy what I go through. I can't make this shit. No, I can't make this shit up. No, I can't make this. No, I can't make this shit up. And I know it's really hard to keep your head up. And you've been working every day to get your bread up. It's only at the top, and now you fed up. And I know it's really hard to keep your head up. And you've been working every day to get your bread up. It's really lonely at the top, and now you fed up.
can't make this up, and you can't either. I hate this. I had to play that song because that's one thing that they always do to you. They make you believe that you're making it up. They'll literally have you second guessing your truth. And you know your truth. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know what's going on with me, inside of me.
Yeah.
They'll make you second guess yourself to where you like, you know what? Maybe I need to be in therapeutic seclusion. Maybe I need to be in therapeutic seclusion because I don't know what's going on. They saying that I'm crazy, then maybe they're right. They're the doctors. They supposed to be right?
Yeah.
That's what you would think. That's what you would think. But they want you to believe that you're crazy. They want you to believe it. That's why they don't stop you from thinking that, do they? They don't reassure you like, no, that's not what we're doing, baby. They don't do that. They'll let you keep mind fucking yourself and add on to the fuck. They will add on
or dope you up, give you so much medication, you're walking around zombified.
It's like, you know what? You can't even remember to fill out a medical request because they doped you up with some goddamn Halidol.
Yeah.
And forgot to give you Cogentin. So now you're stuck. And now you like, you know what? I think it's something wrong with this pill. I'm having side effects. And you're not having side effects. You're good. Nothing is wrong with you. It's all in your head. Take this pill. Matter of fact, I think we might need to up your dose. And they'll up your dose to the point where you're drooling out your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's not because you want to. It's because it's just happening. They done drugged you up. They don't want to hear your mouth anymore.
Yeah.
They don't want to see your handwriting anymore. Because you leaving a paper trail, baby. And they ain't going to have that. They not going to have that. You leaving a paper trail, they not going to have that. They not. You know, and you did a lot of leaving paper trails for yourself. And, you know.
I filed a sexual harassment case on the infamous, I don't know if we can say names on here.
Yes, what?
Dr. Hamid.
Yeah, the one that did the fingering?
Yeah, I went in there. I had to have carpal tunnel surgery on both of my wrists. It was so bad the carpal tunnel was climbing at my arm on one of them, to where they had to cut me twice. Mm-hmm. And I went in for him to look at my arm, my hands, and examine them. He said, well, I need you to get undressed and put a gown on, and I need to do a vaginal. I said, what does my vagina have to do with my hands?
Right.
And then he got an attitude with me and told me, are you keeping me from doing my job? He basically informally threatened me. Oh, you're going to try and keep my job? I said, I'm going to write this up. I went straight to mental health. And they investigated it, and he was still walking the yard.
I remember.
And still doing the same thing.
I remember.
I wanted to do some things to that little old man.
Yeah. There was a lot of victims from Dr. Hamid. He literally, I don't care what you said you were going in there for. You could be in there for a migraine, for a nosebleed. He's going to stick his finger in your vagina.
Yes, he was.
He is. And I've said it before, and I know people probably thought I was lying. So I'm glad that you said that because, you know, not only in the medical field, in the prisons, do they not give a fuck about what's going on, is even whenever you report when they're misusing you and abusing you, they're not taking you serious still.
No. Oh my God, look at me. That picture back there. Oh my God.
Right.
It just passed.
I know, I seen. I'm gonna go back. It's coming up. It's the next one. Watch.
Yeah.
Look at Tracy. Oh, Brittany.
Okay. Oh my God, it's Brittany.
Right. Pigeon.
Pigeon.
Right, pigeon. Y'all, if you just now tuning in, it is the Couch Chronicles where ain't no fucking limits. Oh, wow. No hearts. I seen you. Man, so, even with all of that happened, was there any good moments for you with any of the staff? Did any of the staff, do you feel like any of them may have helped you to the point where you like, you know what, they kind of changed my life a little bit?
Yeah, I can't remember what her name was because she was an African woman, but she worked at Mabel's. I just got out in 2022, and she was at Mabel's in the medical pod. Mm-hmm. We called her Miss A.
I know,
but it was really Miss E.
Yeah. Because it's Mr. Akambald's wife. Is that who you're talking about?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Miss A.
No, not the real skinny one.
Oh, okay.
This is another one, and she was. Wow. I still call her to this day and check in with her.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, and tell her to tell everyone I said hello, even Winnie.
Yeah, right.
And there was just maybe 4 to 5, no more than 5 guards that I was cool with, mm-hmm. and they were good to me. Mm-hmm. They treated me like I was human, right. And had respect for me.
Right, and that's a big thing.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that because they said, well, you're in staff's face, that's why you get to leave during count and go over here and go over there. I said, no, it's called respect because they know I'm not going to sit there and play games with them. Mm-hmm. And I finally got myself together and cleaned my act up. And when I completely cleaned my act up, it felt good. Yeah. It felt real good. And I thank God for those people that were there. They weren't just volunteers, but mm-hmm. were staff.
Right.
And a lot of them were there for a really long time, but they ended up eventually leaving because they started getting treated the same way, and they got tired of seeing people get treated that way.
Right.
Yeah. And so shout out to all the people that worked at the facilities mm-hmm. that really seen through the inmate phrase.
Right.
Because we were women, we were mothers, we are women, we are mothers, sisters, daughters.
Yep. And not only are we all of that, but we are actually going through a lot. And we don't need more things put on. You know how a lot of people say in relationships, be somebody's peace. They wasn't trying to be our peace. They did everything they can to make us feel some type of way. The only reason why they did that is because they didn't want us to feel comfortable because we're in prison and this is a place where you're supposed to be miserable. But that misery it can turn into depression. That's not what. Yeah. So you want to not only make us miserable, but you want to make us depressed. You want to deprive us from getting our medical help. And you want to feed us this trash to give us all these fibroids and cysts?
Yeah.
No, we don't need any more of that fuckery. I need you to keep your attitude in check. And if you don't know how to keep your attitude in check, you shouldn't be an officer.
That's right.
You shouldn't be an officer.
They come in and get everybody riled up. Mm-hmm. Riled up. But they the ones.
Yeah.
Just like when the pandemic happened. It had just started when I got locked up. The third time. Yeah. I just got locked up the third time. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy because I was just seeing the beginning of it. So I wasn't too scared yet.
Right.
I was like, my immune system's already shot. Oh, well. Mm. Then I went to prison and experienced it. And I was like, they're like, how in the heck we get COVID in here? I said, your workers. Right. Because they're bringing it in from out there.
Right.
But then they want to write us up for giving us something and not wearing a mask or not wearing this, not standing 6 feet behind. Mm-hmm. They want to give you a misconduct. Mm. And so I was like, this is crazy. So crazy. But it's like, what was our favorite phrase in prison? The only thing that's consistent in here is inconsistency.
Yes. You can always bet that it's going to be inconsistent. They'll tell you one thing and it's going to be something totally different. You're going to do the same thing that they said to do tomorrow, and it's going to be a misconduct because you're violating the rules. And it's like, God dang, well.
Yeah.
What's one thing that changed your life besides, finding out about your sickness? Is there another thing that may have changed your life?
Oh, wow. I had to ask God to help me with that because I became so judgmental and so bitter and yet so numb at the same time. Because like you said on one of your shows, that sometimes you didn't want to hear about what was going on out there with your family, because that's all you think about when you're in here.
Right.
Is out there. And so I had to learn to become numb. And so now I thought I analyzed things a lot then. I do now. But I definitely have a lot of trust issues now, especially with women. Especially with women. Because I had a girl when I went in last time. And when I came out, nothing was what she said it was. And ended up getting, this time, I got abused. She tried to kill me. And knowing I was sick. And one of the reasons why I came to where I'm at, because I just had to get away from all environment of everything.
Right.
And I have an awesome support system up here. I'm clean. I'm sober.
That's what's up.
My kids and I talk every day. I talk to my son. My daughter video chats with me all the time. But it made me. It made me at the same time not so judgmental.
Right.
That you never know who's going through what.
Right.
So instead of complaining all the time when somebody does me wrong or acts a certain way towards me, I'm like, maybe, since she got something going on and it ain't me. And what somebody tell me one time, if somebody else gets offended, it's none of your business. Because if they get offended, that's not my fault.
That's on them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It taught me to listen a lot deeper. And it taught me to close my mouth and listen. Because I didn't always have to have the last word, and it made me a better person.
Right.
It really did. It made me stronger. And it made me admire the beauty in things now. I mean, where I'm at in Illinois, it's so amazing, so beautiful. I've always done the family thing, or when I became an addict, I did the addict thing.
Right.
And then when I tried to do the church thing, I kind of went back and forth. I still have issues sometimes, but as far as with the church thing, because I have my own church in my own way, in my room.
Right.
And
that's okay.
Yeah. And so, but now I'm like, I told my daughter the other day, I said, you know what? I was walking downtown. I seen all these little boutiques and shops. I thought about taking up a pottery class.
Yes.
And she said, Mama, you would make it. And I said, well, gee, thanks for the support. And she said, no, you get mad as soon as your plate falls or something. And you'll get mad, do all this and throw it. And then the tangle kick in. Or I start getting my nails done and stuff. And these are mine now. They're just overlays. And I said, or I get them under my nails and I get mad.
Right.
But now, I don't think if I wouldn't have went through prison, I wouldn't be the woman I am today.
Right.
I took a lot of things for granted.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never take it for granted again because somebody else having complete control over my life. And to think that I can be just forgotten about and written off, like I didn't matter to anyone.
Right.
That's the loneliest and the worst feeling in the world, is that you don't count.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Your song, Cloudy Days, it lifts me up so much. I listen to it when I'm putting my makeup on. I be jamming. I got your playlist all on my phone. And Cloudy Days, I'll put it on repeat. And I'm like, man. I was riding in the car the other day with my best friend, and she said, "Who is that?" I said, "I want you to hear something." She said, who sings that? I said, "My daughter." She goes, "That ain't TT." Talking about my
right, yeah.
I said, "That's Janelle. She does the Couch on podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube." She said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, girl." I said, "You need to look her up." And she's got Buku's albums.
Mm-hmm. I
appreciate got a lot
that.
To say.
I appreciate that. I love you so much. I definitely appreciate you for being on the couch.
Hey, man, I'm honored.
Yes. Is there anything you would like to share with everybody before we leave?
Don't give up. No matter how hard your fight gets, don't give up. Because somebody is hearing your cries. And they will be answered. May not be right then, right there. But don't lose your voice. Don't forget why you were given a voice.
Right.
And make it work. Make your voice work for the good of what's right. Because so many people, like Janelle said, are dying and are losing everything because they've lost their self-worth. Or they don't want to cause no problems or conflict, no confrontation. You know what? You can do it. You can do it. Whether you're on your deathbed or not, you can do it. I believe in each and every one of y'all, men and women. As far as these facilities, I petition that they all be shut down and restaffed. And they be given mental evals.
Exactly.
And quit putting doctors in there that are on probation.
Exactly.
Or that are in trouble.
Exactly.
Because they in trouble for a reason. They're the throwaways too then.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, I mean, staff them with appropriate people. And they wouldn't have even half the problems they have.
Exactly.
And I am honored to, I laid in my bed after you texted me and I was watching TV and I said, man, even as old as I am, I'm 51. It makes me 52. And I said, Janelle was thinking about me. I was like, wow. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you.
I love you. You made a big difference in my life, for real.
Well, you made a big difference in mine. And for all those women that they say they're never getting out, that's a lie.
Yeah.
I believe that things are going to happen and things are going to change.
Exactly.
Because it's not a rehabilitation program in there. It's a warehouse.
No, it really is. It really
They're warehousing women in and out.
Yeah.
It's worse than trafficking.
Women and men. Children too.
Yeah. I believe that.
They don't give a fuck. They getting them. But I definitely appreciate you guys for being on. It's Prison Jail Felon Talk this whole week. The reason why I was on today is because I didn't get a chance to be on Monday because it was Labor Day. I totally forgot about Labor Day. But we're going to finish this week up with Prison Jail Felon Talk. If you would like to come share your story, you're more than welcome. Your story can help someone. your story. I love you, Tank. Thank you so much for sharing
I
your
love
story.
you. I love you, and you're welcome anytime.
You guys make sure to follow Tank on all social media. I will make sure to tag her, and I will make sure to make the clip to where you guys can go back and rewatch it yourself. You don't want to miss this episode. If you seen this episode, or if you watching the ass end, come back and rewatch. If you watching on Big O, go back to the Facebook channel, THA Couch, and it'll be right up there. You don't want to miss seeing her beautiful face. And TikTok, YouTube, everybody. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I love you guys so much. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I'll be back on tomorrow. I told you I got me today and tomorrow and Friday. I'll see y'all tomorrow and Friday. Good night, Tank. I love you so much.
Good night. I love you too. Yes. Bye, ladies.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
I know Bella's ready to get some loving. She's still crying. Good night, everyone.
Okay.
All right. Good night, Big O. Love you so much.